Hey friends, it's Tyler, and if you want to continue journeying with us through this, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, follow us on Twitter. But not only that, but below in the comments there's some weekly reflections and readings that you can do to kind of ask yourselves some more questions. Here's Courtney with what she has to say this week.
Hey everybody, I'm Courtney Gill, and I want to welcome you once again to 168. You and I both know that we live in a world that is obsessed with greatness. We see the desire to be great displayed everywhere in our culture, from hats to bumper stickers to billboards. Everyone wants to be great. And this is nothing new. We've seen this throughout history as different groups of people or individuals have decided that they want to be great. They want to rise above the rest. And we even see this portrayed in Scripture. We see two brothers who are friends of Jesus. And as they're walking one day, they tell Jesus they want him to do a favor for them, which seems to me to be something I wouldn't necessarily want to ask. But these two brothers, they tell Jesus that they need this favor. And what they ask for is that when Jesus ascends to his glorious throne, that they could sit on either side of him. And this seems like a weird question out of context, but in context, it's an even weirder question. Because what Jesus has been talking about on the road on this particular day is that he is going to be ridiculed, he is going to be mocked and beaten, and that eventually he's going to be killed. This is not a glorious or great way of living. Jesus has just told his closest friends, these two brothers included, that what lies ahead of him is pain, that what is coming next for him is torture. And these two brothers who have heard Jesus say this, and they've heard him teach a number of times, they look to each other and they say, now's a good time to ask this question. Jesus, when you ascend in glory, can we sit next to you? Can you make us great like you? And upon hearing this request, Jesus asks them this question: can you do what I have done? Are you willing to take the cup that I have to drink from? What Jesus is asking them is, are you willing to do what it takes to be like me? Or do you just want the perks? And I think a lot of us live in this tension. We want to be great, but the person of Jesus reframes that idea of greatness for us, because Jesus shows us that true greatness comes from serving. True greatness is about being humble. And Jesus takes that a step further. He is humbled to the point of being ridiculed and beaten and killed. And so when his closest friends don't understand this, when they ask this question, can you make us great? Jesus explains to them what greatness is really about. And I think for you and for me, and for the world around us, this is a timely message. That we're so concerned with and consumed with this idea of being great. We not only want to be great as individuals, but we want to be part of a group that is great and powerful. And what Jesus does, as he often does, is he reframes this idea for us of what greatness is. Jesus reminds us that in order to be great, you must be the servant of all people, not just the people that benefit you. You must enter into relationships not for what you can get out of it, but for what you can give. And Jesus is our clearest example of what greatness really is. As you go through this week, throughout the world, as people around you are consumed with what might make them great, I invite you into the person of Jesus to look at what greatness really looks like, to take on the perspective of Jesus, that as you move through the world, that you might recognize that greatness comes from serving, that as you go through your life in any situation, that you would allow Jesus to be the one who reframes your ideals, that you would allow Jesus to speak into the things that you care about, that you would allow the person of Jesus to transform the way you view yourself, the way you view those around you, the way you view the entire world. Grace and peace.